complete. Collins consoles, amplifiers and accessories, microphones and antennas for AM and FM stations, and audio, weather radar application is in operation all over the world. Typical new products from the drawing board include the 237Q1 retractable antenna, designed for use in event of an atomic explosion. Remotely operated, a ram pushes away up to 6 tons of debris, then sections of a dipole raised to reestablish communication. The Track 80, a completely self-contained communication terminal, combines the reliability of scattered communication with mobility. The system is engineered to go anywhere, anytime. It can be quickly put on the air, is mechanically rugged, is capable of operation under tactical conditions. Collins DME, airborne distance measuring equipment, which continually informs the aircraft pilot of his distance from en route points, aids in computing ground speed and arrival time. The new development has been sold to nearly every airline operating jet aircraft. The equipment is a timely contribution to air safety. Another such contribution is the 621A airborne transponder, which assures instant and positive identification of the aircraft on the traffic controller's radar. 621A has been proven in countless hours of flight operations, has been selected by leading airline and business fleets. First in a new line of airborne solid-state equipment is the 51Z3 marker beacon receiver. The new development is approximately half the size of its predecessor, the Z2, has no moving parts, has improved sensitivity. Power consumption is less than that required for its indicator light on the instrument panel. Advances in solid-state circuitry at Collins include these thin film oscillators, which contain scores of transistors, capacitors, and the circuit forms are more reliable than the conventional transistorized circuits they replace. Devices such as these are currently filling contract requirements. Collins Radio has an honored reputation of accompanying scientific expeditions. Aboard the atomic-powered USS Titan, Collins' single sideband radio provided communication on its underwater journey around the world. The route was the same attempted by Magellan 442 years ago. Another journey of significance to the world was the orbit of Project Echo. The first voice communication via a man-made satellite was made by Collins engineers.
This is KK2X trying to see calling KK2X TV speed record. I don't know. Do you read me? KK2X TV speed record. Calling KK2X we receive loud and clear.
During these experiments, Collins also transmitted the first photograph via satellite.
Here's the X-15.
Collins' communication and navigation equipment is aboard North American's X-15 rocket aircraft, which has been breaking records in speed and altitude with consistency. Collins electronic subsystems aboard 3 and 7 will serve throughout the historic flight. These accomplishments have laid a firm foundation from which will spring new dimensions in electronics tomorrow.
Okay, take us just a minute here. This next
Just a
one's
minute.
right on the top of
It's
the
going to be quick.
queue. Okay, it'd be the first one, L. Okay, this is the 1976 film, runs about 20 minutes.
76.
Yes, 1976.
I might be in this one. I
Really?
was in the New York Center. If
Really?
they have the New York Service Center.
Yeah, I think they do.
76. No, 78.
Oh,
That film was made in 1962,
one.
61.
Yeah, late 61. I think John Glenn's Shepard's flight was like October, wasn't it?
61? I don't know, that was 5 years before I was born.
I don't remember.
I watched it in high school.
Yeah, I did.
My parents graduated high school in 1961.
Oh, did it come up?
We're going to get it here in a minute.
Oh, okay.
July of 61.
Anybody got any questions while we wait on this one? Yeah, here, let me hand you the mic.
Not really questions. I guess, Chairman, we talked beforehand about saying a few things about promotion of the club itself. How many are here for the first time tonight? So it's working. So I annoyed you enough that you showed up. Okay. That was 3 emails, I'm sorry. Won't do that all the time. What I've been working on is trying to get more hands and more hands involved at Collins, because the general idea is that the people that did the kind of stuff that was up there cared in here, and it translated in here. What is sad in some cases, if you get people to talk privately and not recording, is that that's not always here anymore. But the people that are here still have that. So if you received one of these papers, this is for a ham class that I've been teaching. The last one was in November. We put a dozen hams on the street in one day. We're going to do that again in March. So please copy, distribute, whatever, all over town. We'll do it as often as we have people to attend. The whole idea, or general background is, I'm trying to start a new, what do they call them, COPs, Community of Practice. And the name of the Community of Practice will be the culture of aviation and communications. So far, well, I won't go there. It hasn't been heard much, but I'd like to get it started. And the culture of aviation and communications is, what do we do? What's in here? It's the aviation stuff and the communication stuff, right? So that's the hams and the flying people, and coincidentally I happen to be both of those, but I'm sure there's quite a few others in here that are as well. So I've been doing ham classes, I've been doing flying classes. If you aren't aware, I run the flight school in addition to my day job down at the airport, the Eastern Iowa Airport at Cedar Rapids, just in case you're confused, because every time I say that, somebody says, you mean that other airport? No, the Eastern Iowa Airport at Cedar Rapids. We're running 8 airplanes there. So the idea is to get more of us doing that. We have, what is about 100 and, what is it, Charlie, about 130 or 40 people? Right. I sent out 244 unique emails this week to people that are hams that aren't a part of this group, but we also have, that leaves 9,000 odd people that aren't hams. So it seems like there's some opportunity there. So that's kind of the goal, so talk it up, try and get more people doing it, and ditto the flying people, we'll try and make some more of those. And there's been some inroads there too, but we're trying to do that kind of universally, so that's the goal.
Okay, any other comments, questions before we roll the film? All right. No. Yep.
You know, we have a Facebook page as well, right? So if you don't know about it.
By the way, if all this history intrigues you, take a look at www.rockwellcollinsmuseum.org. In the past few months, as several of the retiree volunteers, we've got a ton of historical scans. All the old Signal magazines are up there, all the old Collins magazines. There's a searchable database. You can type somebody's name in. It'll tell you every page and that name appears on.
That conveyor on that film was Lippish's.
Yeah, yeah. And recently we've started putting in all the older equipment brochures and catalogs and things. So anyway, this is 1976.
Somewhere, even if only in the mind of the universe, or in a dusty corner of history, there must be assembled all the wonderful and daring discoveries of mankind.
With Twilight
And if
Zone.
that's so, then one part of that collection of relics and ideas and dreams and inventions would have the places man has gone, how he got there, how his ability to travel expanded his trade, how he combined transportation and communication to defend his territory and open new worlds of business, and how, in a lot of ways, he has progressed only as fast as advances in communication and transportation would carry him along. In the last few decades, the technologies of transportation and communication have moved so swiftly that what yesterday seemed a miracle than a nostalgic reminder of where we've been. But where we've been is important, because today, whether you're in the business of selling, or buying, or producing, or serving, or in the business of national defense, communication and transportation are major factors in the way you conduct that business. And these ideas and achievements and discoveries from the past are your legacy, building blocks for your progress. We have Collins Radio Group of Rockwell International. Since our founding more than 40 years ago by Arthur Collins, we've been helping to advance communications technology and thereby expanding the capabilities of transportation.
How do we dim the lights?
From the beginning, the Collins name has meant quality and reliability. Admiral Richard Byrd put his faith in that name when he planned a second expedition to the South Pole in the early 30s. He carried Collins transmitters to maintain contact with the outside broadcasts into American homes. Since that expedition, Collins has been a continuing factor in the improvement of communication and transportation as means of conducting business more productively, more profitably, and of building a stronger national defense. Our transmitters going aboard Braniff Airways in the 1930s
helped to open a new era in aircraft usefulness. And our auto-tune, which let U.S. pilots change radio a primary factor in air communications during World War II. Development, circuit components called mechanical filters, made high-frequency, long-range communication, including that of the Strategic Air Command, more reliable than it ever was before. Also, in the defense area, we were the first to use the tropospheric scatter technique of communication, a key factor in DEW-LINE, the nation's distant early warning system. To give aviation customers greater capability, we began designing in the early 50s, and later pioneered the use of computers to improve the speed and efficiency of message networks used by large companies and agencies, such as Aeronautical Radio Incorporated, the airline's communications arm.
That'd be a good snippet for Tom.
Collins' contributions
Air
to
Inc.,
space technology also began
That's a
early.
C8400.
With the National Bureau of Standards, we were the first to bounce radio messages off the moon,
It's a big
and the
moon.
first to transmit a photo and voice by satellite. We provided communication systems for the X-15 rocket plane, Atlantis manned space program beginning with Mercury, continuing through Gemini, Apollo, and Spacelab. In fact, the voice of every American astronaut in space has been heard over Collins systems. Today, Collins Radio Group of Rockwell International is recognized for its high technology and total systems capability. We have offices and facilities around the world. Our technology is aimed at helping customers conduct business more efficiently and combined with a reputation for quality and reliability. Our leadership in technology.
I think that
has
last
been
guy
the
they showed
foundation
there,
of
I
our
know
growth.
him. He's retired from Dallas. Can't say his name right now.